So the new things that we've done over the last year, we've released 4 different features. Most recently, the viewpoints feature, which came out of last week. We have the areas feature, which is that, creating custom areas in your model so that you can get those area names into your class group names. We released that rename feature, which is like an easy bulk renaming of classes to add some extra tagging information or any other types of information you wanted to put into class names. And then more recently, we released our new isolate feature, which works both with classes and with regular model items so that you can have a very quick and easy way of section boxing within the model and kind of a different view of your classes, similar to like a dim other or hide other is. That's what our new kind of like isolate feature enables. And then the latest feature that came out last week is our viewpoints feature, and it was meant to be able to produce actually useful viewpoints of your classes. So the reason I say that is that, we all know the viewpoints reporting out of Navisworks just gives you that 3D view that you have set up, but if you lose all of the highlighting that the class detective can have, and all the kind of extra information that tells you like where those classes are and who they're assigned to and things like that. That feature that we just released kind of tries to fix all those problems, so it can produce plan view viewpoints of your classes and isolate viewpoints of your classes and the regular 3D viewpoint, and it still maintains that red-green highlighting that you get within the class detective in those viewpoints as well. So it makes them a lot more useful. So if you haven't tried out that feature specifically because it just came out, give it a try if you do use viewpoints. And then we've released a lot of features recently, so there's not a whole heck of a lot left on our roadmap. So that was kind of the impetus behind this meeting. So I will go over real quick just what is there on our roadmap, and then we'll just dive into a conversation. So the first thing with our core updates on our roadmap, one is we're going to update heat maps so that it is able to create heat maps for only a specific level of classes. So right now you can pick and choose which class tests are included in a heat map, but in the future you're going to be able to choose which levels of classes are included in the heat map so that you can kind of produce a heat map per level if you work that way, if you have multiple levels within your model. Another thing that we're going to do to distill is that we're going to add to the custom group name templates the ability for you to use Revit room names in the class group name. So if you want to add that extra bit of location information built right into the class group name, you can do that. And the last thing we have for our core features falls underneath our areas feature, and that one is right now you can edit the name of an area, but that change of name will not propagate to your existing classes. So if you have a bunch of existing classes that have an area's name in it, and then you go and change that area's name, your classes are still going to be named the old area name. So this is a feature that will allow you to, if you want, when you rename that area, for it to go and look for the old name and update it with the new name of that area. Another thing that we're going to be working on is better visibility into our license manager. This is mostly targeted at those companies that have a few network licenses or our enterprise users that want to see like usage statistics and things like that. We've in the past have not been able to offer any of that. So we're going to work on a better way for you to be able to get some better visibility into those license keys. All right, and then the next thing after the stuff about our core updates, we have a reporting tool that we will be coming out with eventually that is more like a class burn down tool. So it'll kind of show you, you'll be able to status your model. So it'll kind of store the number of clashes, who's clashing, which tests are those clashes in, and things like that. Those will be like your group numbers. And then it'll be able to give you, an export of that to Excel if you want to use that in your own Power BI dashboards or what have you. and also give you some nice graphs and things to kind of show you how you're trending per test, per model, per level, things like that. And then another one that has come up more recently, is we will be working with Procore to build a way for you to be able to upload your clashes into Procore's clash tracking system. So right now they have the workflow right now is to create a viewpoint, and then you upload that viewpoint into Procore, but that has no connection between your clash and what that issue is in Procore. So we're going to make a two-way synced application or integration there, where you'll be able to, if a clash gets approved inside of Navisworks, then it will get approved inside of the Procore as well. So we'll be working on that in the near future as well. And then we have had on our roadmap for a while a BIM track integration, and the scope of that is pretty small. And it was mostly just the ability for you to be able to get the BIM track ID number of those clashes back into your group names. So if you want to have be able to quick reference, what's the tracking ID number inside of BIM track for this clash, then it'll be right there in the group name for you. And that was my very quick spiel on what we've got on our roadmap coming up. So now I'm going to open it up to the Q&A session, which we still only have you two here. So, but basically the way we're going to work this is it's going to be an open discussion, and if one of your ideas, actually makes it onto our roadmap, then we will send you a cool Sherlock mug that has Sherlock on one side and Feed Me Clashes on the other side.
On the bright side, you guys have very lean competition, so. Your chances.
Yes.
So yeah, first one would be for both Joshua and you, Bruce. Any ideas that brings to mind for you, or anything specific you want to bring up?
Well, to get Nick up to speed, when I was talking to Andrew before you logged in, we've met up at a previous meeting, and one of my requests was the ability to take the clash test views and make a report. Well, you did it in your viewpoints. So yes, I've been using your viewpoints and greatly appreciated. Your product keeps putting a smile on my face, because your roadmap and things that I didn't even think about coming across, like the BIM track, which we use for this project. Yeah, it'd be nice to have those ID numbers in there. So that's really cool. Why I'm very careful, everybody says, oh, I want all this neat stuff. The problem is I don't want to turn this into iConstruct. You guys have a very clean, very simple plugin that's lightweight, flexible, easy to learn. The learning curve is extremely quick. 15 minutes, you should be on board. The only goofy thing I can think of is, when you do a clash and you assign it to somebody, and if you assign it to elect, you have to type elect. Wouldn't it be neat if it had autofilled? You could hit E and it would be like a drop down and it would populate. So H for HVAC, P for plumbing. In other words, you guys have it, you got it dialed. So I want to get it populated through our company because of its simplicity. I want to focus on our engineering department for them to use that our workflow would be, we are constantly coordinating, and when we go to construction with our detailing team, that we're not reinventing the wheel. So keep doing what you're doing. The other thing is, it seems I can easily get hold of either Andrew or you or Andrew. So you guys aren't some huge corporation tucked away that you can't talk to somebody. So you're real people. So keep that going. In other words, customer service. Yeah. Okay, that sounded like a sales pitch. So keep going. I'm going to keep using your product.
If you want to sell us to ourselves any day, I'm
in. No, I appreciate that. That's you've hit on some of the things that are kind of our core tenets of our business, right? Is to be available for people and to keep this product as as efficient as possible and as easy to learn and as easy to use as we possibly can. We put a lot of effort into making sure that we don't turn into a product that has a million knobs and kind of turn dials for you to learn on how to use it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Other things that, quick ID, I need to put in ID numbers when I hover over an item so I can flip back and forth to Revit. That's built in already. So no, keep going. You're going to get my money again on my renewal. So
I'm curious also how you feel, Bruce, about, like, so we have been adding a lot of new features recently. Do you still feel like it's still as easy for you to kind of show someone new how to walk around Sherlock, or do you feel like it's harder for you? Or, I don't know, like, do you feel like it's not as easy to try and show to somebody, or feel like it kind of like it still is easy enough, or how do you feel?
So I work for a company called ACO Engineered Systems. We're one of the largest mechanical contractors around, and they are so entrenched with iConstruct and their whole team that they've put together to support it, that when I can go through and in 5 minutes show them all the features that they think that they're getting out of iConstruct. I actually had one of my detailers who said, well, iConstruct can auto assign stuff, and every detail I talk to says they're never right. Okay, fine, you're going to tell fire protection to move. Well, it doesn't know the difference between a 6-inch main and a 3/4-inch branch. So that 6-inch main against your ductwork, yeah, you gave priority to ductwork, but that's not, and then to get that all programmed in there, we have a whole team doing that. You still need to review your clashes. So, and the other thing is that people get stuck on these crutches. You don't learn Navis, So there has to be a balance, and your product keeps that balance going. So, if you want to learn something complicated, sit down, learn Revit. There you go. We have enough trouble with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, no,
okay.
I will, when I definitely get back to California, and showing them that, hey, I just use this product for one of our biggest projects. I'm going to tell them how to eat crow pie. So
yeah. Sounds good.
So I definitely wish I was going to AU. One, AU is kind of interesting, integrating with people, but meeting up with vendors I work with. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a good time. Joshua, I know you've been on mute for a little while. Do you have any ideas that you came to the meeting with? Or maybe he's not there.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried you can't hear us. So if you can't hear
us, this might be a very short meeting for us. So
yeah,
I think.
Well, yeah. I think product maybe auto updates in the background, right?
Yeah, it does. Correct.
That's recent, isn't it?
Nope, we've always done that. From the beginning, we've always tried to make that as seamless as possible. So just you get the new features as they come out.
Because I remember Andrew and I had a conversation. You guys had an update, but it was out of sync. And either as I was talking to you or Andrew that there was a file out of sync. But either way, so it is auto updating in the background. So that's cool. Good.
We did.
Yep, it should be. So that's how you got the. That's how you got the new viewpoints feature, right?
Yeah, that's how I found out. Yeah.
We did shift how some of the files in Sherlock are being saved, so that when you adjust things inside of Sherlock, that's saved into your model file a while ago. So that might have been what it was. Because now, if you show the model file, all your Sherlock settings are inside of that file. Whereas previously, I think they were separate. So I think that might be the change that did come through a little while ago.
Yeah, that was I should have put that on the what's happened recently, because that actually is a pretty big change. All of your settings and things are saved directly into the NWF now. So if you pass that NWF to somebody else, it will they'll be able to use all your settings.
Yeah, I've had just a simple text file highlighting what the combination of things I wanted for my distill. it's just, just a few settings. I mean, well, it's just a string of words, and you cut and paste it into my next model, and away I go. So, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So now, if everybody jumps in on your, what would be 1:30 meeting, you're all rehearsed and ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
So we'll
show up then. But yeah, I think we probably gotten as much as we can get from you and Joshua. But I appreciate you guys showing up and throwing your ideas at us. I mean, it's we're here. You know how to get in touch with us. So if another idea pops up, you know where to find us.
I do like your roadmap, so thank you. And definitely, if I have any questions or we want to continue populating, expanding our license base, you'll be the first to know. All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bruce.
All right. You guys have a great week. Take care.
You too. Bye.
See ya.